put on a big show. Oh, paper cut. I'm like almost bleeding here.
Ho 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 ho. Truly a nostalgic flashback from the 90s. Way back before everything was about the message. Merely just a wacky cartoon to laugh and enjoy. Enter Cow and Chicken. Introduced by Cartoon Network in 1997. Honestly, if you told me it was only one talented voice actor who played the role of the three important characters of the show, then I wouldn't believe it. But it's true.
Ickis is he's just very neurotic and scared. I think the first show that we did, he was very slow and very, very nervous. And then as the show went along, we found things for him to do. With all his fear, every now and again, he gets really brave and gets...
Charlie Adler. Amazing actor. You may also remember him from Tiny Toon Adventures and Rocko's Modern Life. If you love cartoons from the 90s, well, then suit up, dear viewers. I, the critical hello. I'm Brown One Wins, and this is my video on Cow and Chicken. Created by David Feiss, animator and storyboard artist, who worked on projects such as Jetsons the movie and Ren and Stimpy. The original pilot of Cow and Chicken aired on a Cartoon Network program called What a Cartoon. It would soon get its own series, while at first sharing runtime with another show called I Am Weasel, until it spun off into its own series. Kinda how Billy and Mandy used to share a show with Evil Con Carne, Grim and Evil, before they split up into their own spots. The show is about two siblings, Chicken, who is older than Cow, but is very small and very rude towards most people, but also his sister, until she needs to be saved from a dangerous situation, or seemingly dangerous. Cow, the little sister, is most of the time sweet, but also blunt when it comes to telling someone something. She isn't very smart, and because she is a giant heifer, she is very destructive, usually always hurting Chicken by accident. Cow has a positive vibe that parallels Chicken's negative energy, up until she feels insecure though. Most episodes have the titular characters getting into some type of shenanigans, then being antagonized by the villain of the show, Mr. Heine. A red, big butt, devil looking character. He is super bipolar. He'll act calm one sentence, then start screaming the next.
You be scared. Oh, yes, very. What you say? Another copy theory.
A good comparison would be Roger the Alien. He has so many personas and costumes. Lunch lady, dentist, police, and narrator. Speaking of personas, Cow has an alter ego, a hero named Super Cow, who usually saves Chicken and thwarts Mr. Heine's schemes, molly-whopping him in the process and shooting him with her milk udders, while only speaking Espanol. Cow and Chicken's parents are mom and dad, two humans that are only shown from the waist down, no arms or hands. I don't know how they came out with animals as kids, but in one episode it is shown they have grandparents, which one is a farmer man and the other is a hen. Kissing, they show them kissing, which is wild. Other characters in the show, like Cousin Boneless Chicken, basically an older chicken with a limp body who tells quips that Cow likes to throw around, until him and Cow get stuck on the roof, which feels like a century of half an hour. There are also Chicken's two friends, Flem, a chunky redhead with a southern accent, and Earl, the tallest of their friend group, who acts like a doofus and talks like an old school geek, kind of like that fast food character from The Simpsons. The show is hand-drawn, animated, with simple backgrounds that have very few colors except for where the characters are in sight. There is a lot of body dysmorphia, like Bully twisting someone's nose and it hangs off the person's face, or someone getting badly injured in a horrific way. Not so uncommon for cartoons, but the combination with the show's gross humor, like a lot of snot, showing big pimply butts or nasty zits, really makes the animation stand out. Also, a lot of the time, the show puts a spotlight on Cal's udders. Crazy stuff. Episodes I recommend if you ever want to check it out again or watch for the first time would be The Molting Fairy. Chicken's feathers fall off and is told by Dad if he puts them under his pillow, he might get $1 for each. And with that knowledge, Chicken goes to the carnival giving out IOU tickets for loans. To get into the place, he gets food and has to pay for repairs for things that he broke in the process, only to find out later that he would get less than $1 for every feather he molted, but would get a lot of money if he had scabs. So with no money, everybody he owes shows up and glues all the IOU tickets to his skin, then ending with Chicken hoping he gets scabs from ripping off the papers. Another episode I remember well is called Happy Meats, which made me love putting ketchup on food and thinking it would be delicious. Basically, Mr. Heine is a lunch lady, but all she serves is food made out of ketchup, and so Chicken angrily rants about it, leading to him being banned from eating the cafeteria food. To solve this problem, Chicken sees the ghost of his great-grandparents and is told that he should reopen their old food cart and give the cafeteria food a competition. The students love their Happy Meats food cart. Cal and Chicken even serve pulled pork butts, which is a popular food on this show. They use slingshots to shoot butts of pigs into people's mouths. Once they run out of meat, Cal and Chicken realize they haven't eaten, and out of sympathy for the crying lunch lady, they buy a bowl of ketchup and enjoy, ending with their great-grandparents kissing. Yeah. For my final recommendation, the episode is actually a two-parter called The Ugliest Weenie. Cal writes a musical with the same name. The theater teacher likes how it sounds and sets it up and offers the leading role, The Ugliest Weenie, to Chicken, but he turns it down. Later though, Cal introduces a co-star, a girl that Chicken gets a crush on. Her name is Wee Wee. But before Chicken could get the starring role, his friend Flem is cast. The episode ends with Chicken accidentally hurting the theater teacher and him getting injured for the second time in the episode. Mr. Heine shows up to explain that there will be another part. The funny thing is, back then the show Cal and Chicken shared the runtime with another show called I Am Weasel. So the next time they aired Cal and Chicken, Mr. Heine was back to confusingly explain that
Yes, it was part 2 of our show. Now this is part 3 of the show, which is part 2 of The Ugliest Weenie.
So this episode was called part 2 or 3. Basically, the play goes on with Flem getting chickenpox, so Chicken takes his place hoping to be the love interest to Wee Wee. But she also got chickenpox, so the role is filled with Cal, ending the episode after a pretty good song. So yeah, if you haven't seen the show, check it out. I mean, there should be a few places you can buy it online or view it. I have been Brown One Wins. If you like my videos, then subscribe and like and comment. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.